Hello, dreamers. Perla here, as always. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. So we have Aries. Aries, there is slow down, slow down, stop with the urgency, stop with the rushing, and slow the fuck down. Whether you are rushing yourself, whether you are putting urgency in a space or in a place where it doesn't require, or whether this is somebody else trying to rush you through something, slow the fuck down. Slow down. It's almost kind of like, like when you're driving and someone is like seriously like on your ass, like tailgating you like there's no tomorrow, like they're right there. And it's like, dude, like the light is red. Like we are both gonna go to the same fucking red light. Or somebody like, passes you or swerves or whatever it is. And it's like the light is red, right? There was one day where, and I'm just gonna share this. I was driving, and the light, you could tell it was yellow. It was gonna turn red. So I'm like, I'm not gonna speed because by the time I get there, it's gonna be red. And this person goes on to the opposite lane, like the oncoming traffic, because it was a slower like back road or whatever, and almost gets hit because there's a car that came like seriously, I think it came out like out of the drivers. I don't know. It was like a car that seemed like it came out of nowhere, and they still had to go ahead and get behind me. So it was kind of like you almost lost your life trying to pass me, and you still had to not only stop at the same red light, but you were still stopping behind me. Like, come on. And it's almost kind of like that type of energy that you're gonna have to tell somebody like, this is not worth me rushing. This is not worth me um going crazy over or getting anxious about. There's something here that requires time or requires you to take your time. That's really the gist of it. Like we're not even gonna go like into like all of these different like, oh my god, like no, like, and I feel that for you guys Aries, like this has been most of your life. You tend to go into spaces or connections, whether these are romantically or like work related or whatever, with individuals that try to rush you. And it is not because you're trying to live like a rushed life or anything like that. I feel that the reason why you keep on repeating these types of connections is simply for you to say no, simply for you to learn the art of no, to learn the art of standing for yourself. You tend to be very loud when you get angry. You tend to be, you tend to mumble, like talk a lot when you get angry. And what you're needing to learn is not to get to that point. And by simply stopping someone that is coming towards you to try to rush you or to try to bring this eager energy or these anxiety energy or whatever towards you is what is needed. Because for a very long time, I'm picking up here that you have lived in these spaces where anxiety has ruled a lot of your lifestyle, where you're constantly running late, you're constantly feeling like you're out of time, you're constantly feeling like you're rushing through life. But it is because you have allowed yourself to internalize that other people are projecting onto you. And you're needing to stop that. You're needing to put a stop to that. And you're needing to accept the fact that that is not your nature. You have been telling yourself that it is your nature because you have been for a very long time internalizing other people's projection. So how does that look? So like if you are with a partner, with a parent or whatever that is always running late, you tell yourself, well, they're always late, so therefore I'm always going to be late. No. It's like, like I'll use this as an example. Like as Spanish, like we're always like, oh, well, like Dominicans are always late to everything except for like even for their own funeral. And it's like, I'm Dominican, I'm always on time. I'm always like 10, 15 minutes early. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't allow what the stereotypical of whatever nationality I am, or whatever race I am, or whatever gender I am, or whatever it is that I am, dictate who it is and how it is and I'm going to show up. And for a lot of you, is like if your parents live in a lifestyle of always catching up, in a lifestyle of never feeling like they had enough time or whatever it is, you adapted that to yourself and you told yourself that that was your nature when in reality it is not. And during this time, that is what you're waking up to. That is the process that you are working through during this time, is now deciding who you are, and you're just someone that is choosing not no longer to live within that rush energy, that anxiety energy, that oh, the future, the future, the future, the future, the future, because all it creates is anxiety within yourself. So we have as your closing message the ego, see from a higher perspective. And that is what you're choosing to do this week. That is what you're navigating during this week. So let's go ahead and let's see what page is this on. Hold on, guys. I just need to stretch my lower back a little. Okay. Alrighty. How long have I been recording? I don't even know. Where is the ego? Page 124. Is it? It is. Look at the things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the ego draws his power and strength from the sun. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise. And he has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the ego card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. And what I'm talking about here, when we talk about the ego here, we're talking about this space where you kept telling yourself that that was as good as it gets. Like, this is the best that you can do. This is as much as you're going to attain. This is as high as you go. And that is not the truth, my love. That is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.